So, this is the third part of this update video. This is going to be me talking about what the plan is for the channel and what the plan is kind of for my life a little bit. So, as I mentioned, I accidentally deleted about 3 years worth of videos, which, because it's been a sparse 3 years, it's not that much. Thankfully, I had a lot of, work in progress stuff that was just me kind of fucking around and figuring things out. But, yeah, so I'm going to be re-releasing all of those videos. That includes my Enter the Snaketrix. That I already planned on re-releasing with better audio, a better intro, and just better editing. Notes talking about things that I realized or things that changed over time. So that was already planned. I do also have to re-release Movies That Don't Suck, Hyper Deluxe Edition. I didn't do too much to it for this re-release, because I didn't intend to re-release it, I just wanted it to be up originally. But I went ahead and made the audio on the same level as what I made Enter the Snaketrix Redux. I also made a David Lynch meditation tribute. It was a track that I had someone go ahead and make for me. It was a Twin Peaks inspired meditation track, basically. Yeah, so I'm going to be re-releasing that. And then also the EEK3 writing plug that I did, talking about writing the story, if you can call it that, I guess. And to be clear, I didn't come up with the base concepts. I just wrote the dialogue and wrote what happened in the scenes as they happened. The general outline was already an idea by Amos. So just to be clear, yes, I wrote it, but I was not the only one behind the scenes working on that, obviously. Anyway, so aside from re-releasing old videos and re-releasing Into the Snaketrix with all the new stuff, I also have a lot of new videos planned, one of which I've mentioned several times now, which is Luden's Report. That is first on the slate of things to be worked on, but we'll see how long that takes. I have been actively working on getting through Death Stranding with my girlfriend. That way we can go ahead and play Death Stranding 2, which I do actually have it. I don't have a PS5. My friend has a PS5, so I can play it over there. He gave me permission. I'm really excited. Anyway, so Luden's Report, I have a meme that I just called Brain Rot Has Changed. It's, well, you'll see it when it comes out, but I like it. It's funny, but poignant. It's a little depressing, but I think that you'll still find it funny if you're a Metal Gear fan. I also made some music videos for Death Stranding 2 leading up to the release. They were just using the trailers as footage. One of the music videos is just stuff from Death Stranding 1, but if you watch them, you'll kind of see there's a somewhat continuous narrative between them, although they each focus on different characters. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. You'll see that when it comes out if you want to. I also have this series that I want to do called Blank Changed My Life. I want to start with David Lynch, and then I want to talk about Low Roar and Ryan Carazia. I want to talk about Metal Gear and Death Stranding, and just talk about the different ways that, David Lynch, like I mentioned, his work, it really helped me to appreciate the little things by having that contrast of the terrible things that happen with the moments of reprieve that life gives us. I want to talk about that pretty in depth. Low Roar and Ryan Carazia, I want to talk about his music and what it meant to me. that's going to be a bit of a complicated video to make, but I gotta make it. It's important to me. The Metal Gear video is mostly just going to be... It's kind of going to be just like me gushing and talking about my experiences. It's to an extent going to be a remake of my history with Metal Gear, but it's definitely going to be different because I made that video, my history with Metal Gear, just before I started working on Kojima's Deception. Things have changed a lot since then, and I want to talk about that experience. And Death Stranding, I mean, obviously I have to talk about how that changed my life, because, I mean, it was kind of the impetus for everything that I've done with my channel since 2017. So, you know, it also is what led me directly to watching Twin Peaks and watching David Lynch and finding that new obsession. Yeah. Anyway. After those, I have also started working on a video talking about my transition from working in previously Sony Vegas, now Magix Vegas, switching from Vegas to DaVinci Resolve, talking about my experience with CapCut a little bit, and talking about why I got rid of it, and talking about how much DaVinci Resolve just completely fixed my problems with editing. It is... I don't know how much I would like editing if I didn't have it, because I kind of started losing my taste for it because of how terrible Vegas is. It was so constantly crashing. I still have crashes with DaVinci Resolve, but not nearly as much. With Vegas, you could just want to shrink down an audio clip or add a transition, and the whole thing would fucking crash and maybe even cause a blue screen. I don't want to work with Vegas anymore if I don't have to. I still have it installed. There's some things I can do in that I can't do in DaVinci yet, but almost everything that Vegas does, I can do in DaVinci for free. And more. Like, the Fusion page is just, oh my god, dude. It's so good. It's still intimidating. I'm not great with it yet, but even at my beginner level, it's so good. Anyway, I'll stop gushing about that. I'll save that for the video. I also have a voice acting portfolio that I want to make, along with a portfolio of my movies that don't suck videos, and a portfolio of my voice acting. Or wait, I already said voice acting. Portfolio of my Enter the Snake Tricks, and maybe even Luden's Report after I finish that. I don't know. I think I'm probably just going to stick to Enter the Snake Tricks, though. That said, I'm also going to be getting back on movies that don't suck, because I had planned on making the next movies that don't suck talking about Donnie Darko. And I'm wanting to make that in the next 5 or so episodes, but it is such a difficult topic to get through. I don't know when I'm going to get to that. But that being said, I have several videos that I want to get to shortly after I get through that list. Which that list is actually not going to take me that long. That all being said, one thing I've really been wanting to do, get back on, is streaming. I haven't streamed since 2021, before I ended up getting into a relationship with my girlfriend. Part of why I stopped streaming was because of one really bad experience that I had while streaming. I'm just gonna leave it at, I got harassed pretty badly by someone who continuously found a reason to talk shit. and I just had enough. I didn't want to deal with it anymore, so I stopped streaming. That being said, I've had therapy since then. Honestly, I just wanted to... I was waiting until the time when I could really step back onto YouTube, after I kind of got my shit together. Yeah, so I'm going to be getting back on streaming. Mostly, my streams are going to be work streams. So you're going to see me working in DaVinci. You're going to see me working with my audio. You're going to see me working on videos. You might even see me working on scripts. Although if I'm working on scripts, I'm probably just going to keep it to camera. Probably not this angle. I don't really have a webcam that I can... I have a webcam. It's a really shitty webcam. This camera right now is my phone. It's recording at 4K. That old shitty webcam can't even do 720p 30 frames per second, okay? So, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so video production in general, I want to get back into Blender, and I want to get more into Unity. So, there's going to be a lot of time spent on those 3 different general ideas. So, video production, learning 3D, and game development. There's also, of course, going to be gaming streams. I miss doing those. It was kind of just a reason for me to play a game and have it documented and have fun with it. Although, yeah, because I was drinking so much back then, I did delete a lot of them. Yeah, not really happy with those times. Those were very dark times. And so, here we are. I'm wanting to make brighter times, and so I'm going to do more gaming. And then I'm also going to be doing reaction streams, which I never thought I would do, but I want to do it for a few reasons, because, I mean, generally speaking, I can't stand reactions as a format. But that being said, there's a lot of stuff that I feel like I can actually provide some good input on, and things that I want to talk about. So, like, I want to revisit Kojima's Deception, talk about why I no longer stand by that series, why it didn't work, what I don't like about it, why I changed over to Enter the Snaketrix, and why, yes, there is a thread between them, but there's so much different for so many reasons. And I'll talk about that when we do that. I do also want to watch other video essays. Particularly the first one that comes to mind is I want to watch Twin Perfect's Twin Peaks Explained, No Really, because I want to talk about what I think he did well, and then talk about where our interpretations are definitely going to be different, because I'll talk about that when I get there. I'm just going to leave it at that. Another thing we might end up doing is movie watching, but I don't know how to do that. I know that there is a way to do it. You need to use like a separate app that allows everyone to sync their watching experience separately and then have the stream on the side. I don't know if I'm going to do that. If I do that, that might be a Patreon thing. I guess we'll find out. But anyway, primarily it's going to be talking about Kojima's Deception and watching other video essays. There might be other things. I'm not going to fucking start doing drama shit. It's bad enough kind of having to keep up with some of it just because of the way that it affects YouTube. I don't like drama at all. I don't like drama in my life. I don't like drama in YouTube. I don't like drama unless it's in a movie or a TV show, god damn it. Anyway, getting off streams. I wanted to talk a little bit about Patreon. That's a big part of my plans moving forward. So on Patreon, people will get slightly early access to what I'm working on, the intended cuts of my videos, because YouTube is so strict with wording, YouTube is so strict with copyright, the best way to watch it is going to be on Patreon, because if a movie or a TV show gets claimed, my instant, automatic, this is what I have to do to get a video done response is I have to set the playback speed of those clips to 25%. And a lot of the time it completely ruins the mood. At least for me. When I'm watching my videos, I like to see them as they're intended and not have to slow down the clips just because of copyright. If I'm talking on a bit of a subject where it takes a moment before the full speed comes in, sure. Like I did that with Movies That Don't Suck on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Anyway, point is, you're not going to have censorship, and you're not going to have copyright safe edits. You're going to have, as it was intended, full speed clips where they're supposed to be full speed. I'm calling it the unshitified version because YouTube has created N-shitification, so I unshitified it for Patreon. I have been trying to post more and more stuff on Patreon to give them something to enjoy, but that being said, I'm trying to make it so that it's a little bit more of a reason for people to want to subscribe. So there's going to be the intended cuts, there's going to be early access to stuff, and there's going to be some exclusive videos and behind the scenes stuff. For instance, some of it is going to be me expressing my opinions that I worry on YouTube may end up being algorithmically disincentivized. Opinions about the system in general. Opinions that I don't necessarily want everyone looking at. Just people that are actually invested in the stuff that I do. But opinions that I think if you watch my stuff enough, then you'll kind of get the idea that that's where I stand. Aside from doing videos talking about these things exclusively, there will also be some patron-only streams. I haven't entirely figured that out yet, but that's going to be a lot of discussion streams as well as working on perhaps some slightly secretive projects. But we'll see, I guess. That's about all I have to say for this one. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next one. If you're wanting to watch that, go ahead and click here. Anyway, thank you for watching.